Mr. Thomas created MHC Networks, an independent media organization devoted to making international content, global perspectives, and not readily available storylines available to mainstream Americans in English. In Washington, D.C., the home TV market of MHC Networks, the nation's largest non-commercial broadcaster, airs 12 distinct international channels, painting a global narrative and keeping viewers talking. In 2006, MHC started sharing the world for its national channel, MHC Worldview, giving viewers a wide range of international news, dramas, documentaries, sports, and films, all direct from the source. MHC Network's International Mystery Series are available exclusively through the network's proprietary home entertainment collection in fine retailers and online nationwide. And now, MHC is everywhere for globally minded, digitally tuned, and tech-savvy audiences with on-demand content platforms. With syndicated news audio, mobile, and tablet apps, MHC is on the go as a brand and as a tangible gateway to world perspective, connecting people, connecting ideas, cultivating understanding. It's a simple approach Frederick Thomas believes in, that all media should deliver a necessary public service. His vision of global literacy and diversity as represented on MHC is one that has never been more appropriate and timely in the world than it is now. After all, we are many voices, one world.
I'm very proud to have him also as a professional colleague. He's a game changer in broadcast communications. He realizes the true meaning of the word connectivity. He isn't waiting for the world to come to him. He's bringing the world to America. 20 years ago, he began that journey. During the last year, I've had an opportunity to be part of that journey with him to a very special part of the world for me, Ireland. And as you can tell from my speech impediment, that's where I'm from. And, I want more applause than that because General Dempsey's from Ireland too. Actually, Fred Thomas is from Ireland. He's just discovering that, even though he's got a Welsh in his last name. His wife Meredith is here tonight, and behind every great person is a great spouse. And Fred and Meredith are a team. Fred's dad worked with Ed Murrow. He's got a lifetime spent in broadcasting. He is a communicator par excellence. He's the man who brought Al Jazeera English to the United States at a time when it wasn't popular. He's been swimming upstream for 20 years. And now that he's coming to Ireland, he's swimming downstream, going with the flow. So it's with great pleasure, and it's a great honor because last year's recipient of this award was Christiane Amanpour. Prior to that, Marvin Cowell, Judy Woodruff, and Eleanor Cliff. Icons in broadcasting, icons in journalism. So I would like you to give a rousing round of applause for the Global Communicator of the Year Award to my friend, Fred Thomas.
Write a script all day long, got it here in my pocket. I'm not going to use it. Keep this very simple. I'm hoping that the video has given you a good background on the technical, on what we've been able to do. I think Tony has done a masterful job of explaining some of the rest of it and convincing everybody that everyone is Irish. I do want to have a couple people stand because it seems to be the right thing to do. Those are the employees of MHZ Networks. I can't see you out there. Please stand. So these are the folks that over the course of 20 half-assed broadcast station in Washington, D.C. 20 years ago. We are now national. We are all over the country. We have sold DVDs into all 50 states. We have even sold Italian detectives back into Italy. So I think we've got a pretty good handle on inventing something that has never been done before. So I want to thank those employees for hanging in there, listening to all my stories over the years. And I think probably every employee that's ever come to MHZ has probably heard this story. So I'm going to share that story with you. So what possesses somebody to create an international channel in Washington, D.C.? Never been done, hasn't been tried. There's always a kernel of something. I'm going to say to you that education is a lifetime experience. And you never know when, you never know where. My education, as a kid, public schools and all that. My real education, my father, United States Information Agency, in charge of America Illustrated. Those that don't know, that was the American propaganda publication we sent to the Soviets. The Soviets sent us Soviet life. Okay? So you can imagine as a 9-year-old kid, he'd sit me down, he'd put out a copy of Soviet Life, he'd put out a copy of America Illustrated, and he said, we're going to go through these. So, okay, what are we going to do? Because I'm going to tell you the stories that are true in each one, and the ones that aren't true. I said, what? So we go through these page by page. So I will say to you that anything I've done with MHZ Networks in the last 20 years cannot compare to going in the 5th grade in Manassas, Virginia for show and tell in 1968. With a copy of Soviet Life. After that, it's all downhill. That was the inspiration. Sitting there with him and telling me about these stories that were true, these that were false, forced me to watch the evening news, had me look at all the stuff that was coming our way. American news in the day, it's gotten better, but in the day, it was all about catastrophes, revolutions, a lot of anger, a lot of it focused at the U.S. That was our diet. So into that, I looked. He tried to present to me that there were things that were true about the world, things that weren't true about the world. Somewhere in there, I got this blinding flash of the obvious about 20 years ago. I'm going to kind of do what he did. I'm going to do it in TV. That is the story. It's no more complicated than that. It's been a labor of love. It's been for folks like, honestly, for folks like you that have provided that support. The constant pat on the back, keep going, don't give up, keep it moving. And for that, I am more grateful for each and every one of you and everybody else in Washington, D.C. that has supported MHZ Networks over the years. And now, as Washingtonians, all of us are tonight at least, you should take a bow yourself, because it's really been up to you. It's given us, the people of MHZ, the staff of MHZ, to make this what it is. Thank you very much.